Hello, hello, hello. Cindy Ashton here from Cindy on Cork. And we have a very special treat with us. We've got Yaye Fatou Diop, and she is our commercial sponsor for the fall season. Hello!
Hi!
Hi! All right, you better settle in for the next few minutes because you are going to have your mind blown. This woman is all about helping you to stop tolerating just okay in your life and really step out in your power and get what you want. And her wisdom is deep, rich, and freaking awesome, so settle in. So, Yaye, tell us a little bit about what's this whole concept about stop tolerating just okay. What's happening with people? Tell us.
Yeah, so even though we have life works, right? Like a lot of places of our life work, we may have that one area that we just tolerate it the way it is,
Right.
you know, and sometimes it's so frustrating to people that they kind of numb and they just put it to the side. Don't want to deal with it because you're like, I have all this thing working. And then a lot of times we're dealing with what I call the human phenomenon called, well, you know, I have plenty.
It's kind of like the people who are married for 20 years and they get into a lull of being married.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, but we're not fighting and everything's fine. But they're really not satisfied. They're not lit up anymore.
Exactly, right.
Right. Or
Exactly.
this job is fine. At least I have a salary.
Yeah, or my life is working. You know, compared to other people, I'm doing pretty good.
Right,
right.
right. So they
you
put
know,
that glass
you put
ceiling on.
the ceiling on, but really you're the only one limiting yourself.
Right.
No one else, right? And you really can have every single area of your life working congruently, where you're it's yummy and delicious and amazing and fabulous, and it's easier than you think.
Right. So when people are just tolerating just okay, what do you find is happening in terms of like how is it showing up in their life? Because they think everything's okay and it's fine. Why complain? But how is that actually showing up in their life?
Like there is this frustration, like this
Underlying frustration.
not resentment, but like this underlying, you know, like a tug of war. That's probably the better. You know what I mean? You're always questioning, like, is there more to life than this?
Is there more to life than this? So there's something about not stepping in their power.
Yes.
So
exactly.
what does the person have to do to step into their power?
Well, a couple of things I always tell my clients and students, right? So always ask yourself, what is it that you want and why do you want it? Because when you ask, what do I want, even in this area where you're like, I don't want to go there, what do I want? Why do I want that? Because when you say, what do I want? Like, for instance, I want $5,000. Well, why do I want $5,000?
Right.
And then all of a sudden the juices will start to flow. Well, I want $5,000 because it'll allow me to do X, Y, and Z. And then, well, if you did that, how would you feel? Oh my God, I would feel amazing. I would feel accomplished. I would feel peaceful. I would feel free. You get what I mean?
I do. And you know what I find a lot, especially when we're on the money thing,
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, well, I need $5,000, but it's from a fear place. And there's
Exactly.
actually something deeper around that. And when you dig, it might be that they really need $5,000 because they want to feel security, but you have to generate that security.
I'm so happy you said that about the, you know, the feeling underneath, because that's what I call it's the vibration you got going on.
Let's get vibrating. Everybody vibrate.
Right? It's like, what's the vibration you have underneath? So when I looked up vibration actually in the dictionary before I came. I was like, you know, because I talk about it a lot, and people go, "What's that?" But really, it's like your state of emotion.
Yeah.
So if you're powerless, you're vibrating powerless. If you're insecure, you're vibrating insecurity. If you're grateful, you're vibrating gratitude, right? But when you vibrate in a state of gratitude, your actions that you take are very different than when you're in a state of powerlessness. Now, where the juice flows is when you get to like hopefulness and rising above that. Enthusiasm, passion, gratitude, and then joy, love, empowerment are the number one. Like they're the top vibrations.
So I mean, when you're tolerating just okay, if you've got that underlying resentment and frustration and exhaustion because it's fine, you go into that job interview or you meet that potential client and you're carrying that, and for whatever reason you might have all the credentials in the world but not get that job or not get that client because there's something, people can just feel that something's off.
Yes, and what happens is you literally repel it. Right? Because this brings us into the laws of the universe.
Right.
So people hear a lot, the law of attraction, or what is that? They're like, well, I don't believe. Well, the way I best explain it is gravity. You may not believe in gravity, but gravity simply is, right?
Point the apple.
Right? Gravity simply is. We don't argue with it. You know, you could get on the second floor or the third floor of a building and decide to jump and say, I don't believe in gravity. I'm going to jump and reason with gravity to see what happens, right? But that doesn't work, and I know, like, it's funny because we would never do that. And the laws of the universe are way more potent than gravity, because gravity is a physical law.
Right.
So law of attraction, what it happens is that what you think and how you feel and what manifests in your life is exactly a match. So as you gave the example about the job interview, if you're nervous, if you're anxious, and you go for that interview, guess what? The universe will literally deliver you more reasons to be that.
Right.
So you gotta shift that and then vibrate at least at a level of hopefulness or excitement, enthusiasm. Now the universe matches that vibration and deliver you what matches it would be and landing the job of your dreams.
So what does it really take for someone to get into alignment and actually make these changes? Because I know when law of
Like, how long
attraction,
does it take?
yeah, I mean, I remember when The Secret came out and they were all about your thoughts create your reality, and I'm like,
Yes.
dude, it is so much more than that. It is so much more than that.
Yeah.
And I thought that it actually created a lot of guilt and shame in people who are like, oh, I did
wrong
something
with
bad. Right. So tell us what it really takes, because I know what you do is so much deeper.
Yeah. So first I'll answer the question, how long does it take, right? Like how long? So if you hold on to a thought, within 17 seconds another thought like that will join it, and then momentum picks up.
Right.
So really law of attraction is about momentum. So what happens is, and probably why people beat themselves up, and what they don't know or what they don't let you know is that some people have a vibration going on for 30 years. You get what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
they have something going on around money for 30 years, or they have something going on around relationships for about 30 years, because they watch other people, or they don't have evidence that this is not going to work out. Though they want it to work out, what automatically probably shows up is the years and years of built up vibration. So they feel like, oh my God, quicksand going down. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you could actually start to stop and ask yourself, wait a minute, if you have a thought that doesn't feel good, stop and ask yourself, okay, wait, what do I want? And why do I want it?
And go that deeper
Go-
level that we
go
talked
deeper,
about.
exactly.
And that's how you get into alignment. It's about going deeper than just the thoughts. It's about
Exactly.
the feelings.
Exactly.
It's understanding what the underlying different level is.
Exactly. So yeah, so how long? Within 17 seconds, but it takes practice.
That's
Because you
the
have
thing.
practiced that vibration even by default for 30 years.
Yes, or however
It's been
long.
going to the vibrational gym, I call it. Muscles are pretty strong.
We need
right?
to get a new workout, people. Last question. You have a story about a bee.
Oh, Bumblebee, yes.
Tell the Bumblebee story.
Yes, so the Bumblebee story, I love this story because the bumblebee, scientifically, it's actually been proven that it wasn't meant to fly. But the joke, well, not the joke, but the thing is, they say no one told the bumblebee. So the bumblebee goes on flying without an issue. So, and aerodynamically, it's not meant to fly because the wings are much smaller than the body.
Right.
But the beauty of the bumblebee is that it doesn't flap its wings when it flies like usual insects. It actually vibrates. Isn't that awesome? Back to
It
vibration.
vibrates. Sorry.
The wings vibrate, so it flies. But the point that I actually want to make about the bumblebee is that the limitations that are placed on ourselves, the only ones that affects us are the ones that we actually buy into.
Right, because really, bumblebees are not supposed to be able to fly.
Yeah.
Oh, we're. Oh my God. I feel like we're in the movie Birds. Okay. So.
Listen, we're gonna have fun.
Close your mouth right now. So last question.
Yes.
So Yaye has a course called Prosperity Now, and she's going to tell you a bit about it. So tell us about that course.
Yeah, so the Prosperity Now course, I'm so excited about it. Like I can't even contain myself.
She's
because-
so excited, and she just can't hide it. Okay.
because it's so different than, I mean, I've created courses now for the past year now, like, right? So like my 7-session course, it takes sessions, people have to come see me, all of that. So this one is literally like, it has nothing that you do not need and everything you need, right? Meaning no fluff.
No fluff.
Because it's online, it's something you get to do on your own.
And you've got
videos, and I'll walk you through it. I'll be talking to you. There will be illustrations, so it's going to be great. But it's really taking the work that I do and kind of narrow it down into maybe a couple of hours. Yeah, very practical. 5 steps to how do you actually get to experience living your life powerfully in the now.
I love it.
Because right now is all we have.
And yeah, since I've known you, I mean, I've known you for about a year and a bit, and what you have created in your own life is mind-blowing, but also I've seen you coach people. You've coached me.
Yes.
Oh my God, you've been my client, and I'm like, I have to tell you about this crazy situation, and then you listen, and then you say one thing, and I'm like, oh, and then my whole life has changed, and I'm like, oh, she's that powerful. So please join her, Prosperity Now. The link is right there. click it now and get it. And you've got a special offer for our viewers.
Yes, I do. If you click to buy the course, you actually get a 75% discount by just watching Simply Uncorked.
Yes.
So you just gotta use the code prosperity.
Prosperity.
Yeah, she's
Prosperity
the
is
woman in
good.
the, yeah, use the word
She's the woman
prosperity.
in the know.
75% off. So
Thank you. We are so grateful to have you as a
Thank
sponsor.
you.
And just so everybody knows, we really screen everybody very carefully before they come on our show. So if they're on our show, they're brilliant and the best out there. This woman's the best. Go grab her course.
thank you. Yay!
Yay!